But my whole entire body was bruised. My whole entire body was bruised. I mean, there was no space in my mouth. Everything was bruised. My face, my body, my legs, everything, my fingers, everything was black and blue. How can I actually sit there and tell my family, oh, nothing happened?
Now, when your family saw all that, what was their take? Why is it there was no denying of what's going on? Why did they take? Did they approach him? Did they approach you? Did they? I mean, how was it?
My family they were basically telling me, you gotta wake up and you gotta like leave from here. You gotta get away from this. This is not good for you. And but I didn't. I guess I was so blinded because I got blinded. I'm gonna be honest with you. No. I totally lost my identity.
Yes, we do.
And it's not that I was afraid to be alone. That wasn't it.
Love? Was it love?
I guess I felt. I wouldn't necessarily say.
I mean, no, I don't think it's love. I don't know. I really don't know.
That scared of being alone.
I really don't know. It's not because I wasn't scared to be alone. I know you wasn't scared to be alone.
Honestly, I had a fear of being alone.
You
I had a fear that, yes, I had a fear that.
I wasn't scared to be alone.
I had a fear that nobody was going to love
me. Financially.
That I wasn't worth it. Like, you start feeling really, you start putting yourself down.
No, I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I was worthless.
Yes.
But meanwhile,
I'm with you in that. I felt that way.
But the funny thing is that I was like the primary bread maker, and I paid all the bills.
Well, so he needed you.
I did everything. Like if I wanted to go back to school and get my associates and my bachelor's, he knocked me down.
Wow.
He says, "Oh, no mother should be doing this." He didn't want me to get my education. I said, "You know what? No."
Good for you, man.
And
you did your thing.
I mean, I endured so much humiliation during that marriage that it's unspeakable. But I didn't want to be a failure. I didn't want my marriage to be a failure.
That's also one thing.
So I did fall in love. I did fall in love, but I didn't want it to be a failure because I saw my mom's marriage and how everything turned out, and I didn't want to be that statistic. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I wasn't doing the right thing because my children saw their mother,
and he was hurting
being. No, it was
hurting me.
You can't even imagine that. It's been 9 years that I've been separated, and even till this day,
the memories are
he's still trying to control my life, and he's still trying to use the system. But it's like I found my identity. You can't knock me down. You never did anything to me.
Right.
You understand? But during that period in my life, I was completely lost. I mean, I was completely lost. I thought about killing myself. I thought about killing myself and my kids, for crying out loud.
Oh, wow. You really went down.
Because I refused to have my children live. And then one time I remember my cousin actually came to my house and she knew something was happening. And she broke down that door.
Wow.
And for me to actually think that way, no.
That's really, for you to think for you to think about killing yourself, to think about killing your kids, you must have been in a state of mind that definitely not wanting to live and that is something that 1 second of that feeling, you can end it all. 1 second. 1 second you hang yourself. 1 second it takes for you to just end up everything. And thank God you're still here and you didn't, go there. But just even the thought, that thought to be in your head, to do that to yourself, it's something that we have to
work on it. That's one thing I can really identify with you, because I did, when I was going through, I felt the same way. I felt worthless. I didn't want my marriage to be a failure. I was with this man for 7 years. He was only married 8 months before it finished. After I left, I was still paying for the wedding because it was a wonderful wedding. And I didn't, and again, it wasn't financially that kept me. So I have a good job, I make good money.
So what was it?
I honestly, at first I said, well, maybe because of Matthew, I wanted to give him a family. I mean, come on, I saw my child, cancer survivor. I saw him then telling me he only had 2 years of living and going through the chemo, he's like missing one rib. It's a lot of things going on, and I wanted to give him mommy and daddy together. I wanted the family. I wanted to,
I wanted the same thing too.
But it became a time that it doesn't matter how much I wanted. It wasn't suitable for my kids. Not for me. It wasn't suitable for me, but it wasn't suitable for my kids. And I went through that depression when I left. I went through really dark time. There was times when I couldn't wait for the kids to go to bed to just sit and cry in the dark. I had to hold it together for my kids because they already experienced that.
They don't want to see you sad.
Exactly.
Them too.
They already experienced that, so I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want them to see that. And I completely can identify myself with what you went through.
I also wanted that family. I thought that family thing was so important to me, and I wanted that. So that's why I stood around a long time taking crap and dealing with certain things that I shouldn't have. But because I wanted this perfect family, I wanted this unity. But you know what? I am my children's family. I don't need that extra person if they're not treating you right.
Yeah, but
I have that family.
You know that now, but
I know that now. You learn that later on.
Yes, we do. We learn it.
What I know now, I wish I would have known then. I probably would have had suffered so much. I probably would have gone through so many, messed up things. Things would have been different.
Absolutely. Let me ask you something, sweetie. What if you are to tell anyone right now that is going through what you went through, what will you tell them?
I would tell them to dig deep within themselves. And because we know that we're being victims.
Yes.
There's a lot of women, for some reason, like this type of, because they think that, he loves me. I don't quite see it that way, but reach out for help. Reach out for help. I mean, I'm so mature right now, and I see things so clearly that my abuser, you will never think that he's an abuser, because he will do things like in the back burner. Like he would start picking at me,
like picking at me,
and then like I would have company over, and then by the time I was already like just like old shaky, old nervous, and you see me, just screaming out, and they're like, oh my God, this person, it's bipolar or something. No, it's because he's picking and saying certain things.
That's the typical narcissist. In front of everybody, they are the best friend, the good friends. They're always supportive, very loving. And even they take the pictures. There was a picture floating around on social media. They're holding each other, but with a knife.
Yeah.
So it's like, so people don't see what we see.
But I mean, it's really funny the way I see my abuser right now. And, like, now he tries to manipulate my daughter. And that's one thing, because, I mean, I'm very overprotective with my daughter. Anybody that knows me, I'm always with my daughter. They know how I am with my daughter. I'm always like, and I guess I'm sort of instilling some sort of fear because of what happened to me. So, I worry about my daughter, and I know I overdo it. And it's to the extreme. Because I'm like, I'm not going to let anyone next to my daughter. There's no way. I don't know what's going on there.
You have to watch. That's your job as a mother. Now, you're doing all right. Don't worry. Even if you feel like it's a little extra, it's okay. You got to watch your baby. Some mothers don't watch their children. So it's okay.
Now I see my abuser, and he's trying to manipulate my daughter. And turning the tables around and say, oh, when you grow up, you're going to realize who's I mean, he's a great father. He was a horrible husband. He's an abuser. Not only did he do this to me, he did it to his previous relationships. And my sister used to tell me, like, I'm so sorry. I guess I got the worst end of it because I ended up marrying this individual. But even still, 9 years later, he's still trying to manipulate. But in front of people, he's like this perfect citizen. But I see right here in church.
He is a church.
Really?